Welcome to another NEBA Spotlight. Today, I'm very happy to present Tashia. Please tell us about you. Tell us about your business.
Okay, good morning. Thank you guys very much. My name is Tashia Burton. I am the owner of Bookkeeper Pros. And today, what I'd like to do is give you a little bit of information about my business. I'd like to share some goals about a little bit about me, an overview of what I do and who I serve, and some of the services that I offer and how I can help my clients. So a little bit about me. I'm originally from Boston, from Dorchester. I currently live in the outskirts of Philadelphia, in the Philadelphia suburbs. Right out of college, I went right into corporate America. I worked for companies like ExxonMobil and Starbucks. I did that for about 15 years, and most of the projects that I worked on in corporate were analytical type of work. While I was working in corporate, I went back to school and got my MBA from St. Joe's University and got my MBA in finance. I'm married to my husband, Bruce, over 23 years. We have children and grandkids, but we're empty nesters. And from corporate, I went right into residential real estate for about another 15 years. And that's when I started bookkeeping. I actually started doing the bookkeeping for my residential real estate business. Then other family members and friends started hearing about that and they asked me to help them in their businesses. So I did that for about 15 years. And while I was still doing that, and the reason I have a picture, this is a picture of my mom here. My mom is 93 years old. She still lives in Boston. And we decided that at that age and living in a big home in Dorchester by herself, that she needed some care. And so my sister and I helped jointly take care of her. So I go to Boston every single month for 2 weeks at a time and help take care of my mom. And as you can imagine, that's very difficult to stay in residential real estate in Philadelphia. So that didn't work anymore. So she was actually the integral part in allowing me to, or thinking about starting my bookkeeping business full time. So what I do and who I help. I help service-based business owners who really don't have the time, energy, expertise, or probably desire to do their own bookkeeping. They would prefer to have someone like an outsourced strategic partner like myself help them keep their books on track. I exclusively work with QuickBooks Online, and I actually hold the designation of the Certified QuickBooks Online ProAdvisor. And QuickBooks Online allows me to work anywhere in the United States. And with an MBA in finances, I actually just not only do the data entry for bookkeeping, I actually can provide financial analysis and guidance to help my clients even further. So as I mentioned, some of the clients that I help and the partners that I work with really is service-based business owners, as I mentioned. But typically they've been in business a couple of years and they're starting to see some growth. They're starting to see some complexity in their business. They're adding staffing, multiple business lines and so forth. So they really are starting to see the need to get some outsourced help in the form of bookkeeping. And as I mentioned before, my real estate background, I seem to attract a lot of people in the real estate industry, such as real estate agents, investors, landlords, and property managers. So complementary to the real estate space are the trades, the contractors, the painters, and so forth. So again, service-based industry is who I really, really focus on. So anybody outside who helps services is who I'm looking to help. A partner that I am looking to work with are accountants and CPAs. They prefer, of course, to focus on taxes, and they would like to probably work with someone like myself regarding working with bookkeeping. So some of the services that I offer are some basic bookkeeping details, such as the classification of all the transactions, income and expenses, bank reconciliations, providing financial statements. So those are the basics. But in addition to that, I can offer accounts receivable, accounts payable, 1099 processing. And this time of year, particularly the catch up and the cleanup services are key. Many service-based business owners may not have caught up with their books from the beginning of the year. And this time of year, they actually could use some help. So that's a key focus at this point in time. And also I make sure that I provide tax-ready books to accountants. What I really feel like I do though is I really feel like I help with the intangibles. So things, as far as the peace of mind, the overwhelm, business owners have a lot on their plate, and by helping them with their bookkeeping and doing outsourced bookkeeping work, this really eliminates some of the stress that they have. So I really feel the value that I offer is really intangible and helps the business owner with less stress. It helps them with some time savings, of course. So these are things I think that are hard to measure, but very, very important. Some of the things you can listen for if you're thinking about someone who might need some help in the bookkeeping. You might hear someone say they're drowning in paperwork and numbers, they're really overwhelmed, they're frustrated. If they're trying to do their books themselves and if they're working with QuickBooks, they may be on the phone for way longer than they imagine just because it takes a lot of time if they're not sure what to ask. If they're upset or their accountant is upset with them about coming in each year, every single year, and not having their books in line, that is something that is a concern. Or if they're not sure about their books, they may know there's a mistake, but they're not sure how to fix it. And lastly, if someone's business is growing and they need to get a loan and make sure that they have additional funds to expand. So this is something we can listen for. My pricing model consists of a subscription-based pricing where I can prioritize outcomes over hours and make sure that I offer a monthly subscription-based price. There's transparent pricing where the business owner knows exactly what they should be paying upfront, and it is based on the size and the complexity of the business. Some of the packages that I offer are the initial setup or the catch-up and cleanup services, and mostly, obviously, the key piece that I'd like to help with is the monthly services. If you have any further questions, here's my contact information. I'm happy to help.
Great presentation. We really look forward to supporting you and your business. Definitely reach out if anyone has any questions. Thank you.